Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a different type of video. So as a reseller, I have to learn what is selling online. Especially when I first started out, I don't know what bolos to look for, which is be on the lookout for items. There can be a lot of profitable items you skip over because you're not sure. You have to put in the work and research to learn what sells online. A lot of people just like doing freestyle, and that might work for you. What I've done and what's helped my sales increase this year is learning what is selling online by studying the solds. I wanted to do this video just to show you guys what I do to learn what to buy, especially when I'm focusing on one niche. So the first niche I'm going to show you here is plush. Before I go on to the plush, I want to show you guys my settings. You can set your search to solds, of course, which you probably already know. But what I like to do is put used, and also I want to put US only. And of course, you just click solds, and I do list from high to low, so you guys can see, what is the most expensive thing, what to look out for. Now, I do want to mention there is a lot of stuff that is unrealistic things here, like this unreleased Banjo-Kazooie did not sell for $15,000. I actually looked it up. I think it was more around $500 that it sold for. It was an accepted offer. There's a lot of, misinformation that can fool you here. When you're not sure about something, Terapeak is a very good tool, what something really sells for. So when you want to look something up real quick, you guys can skip forward if you guys already know how to do this, but I just want to show you guys, you copy the title exactly how it is, and then you paste it, and you hit search, and it's going to show you what it really sold for. So it actually sold for $889.99, which is still a very, very good amount, but compared to that $15,000, of course, that is definitely not what they sold for. So I tend to ignore the first couple of, crazy numbers I see, but when I start going down to the hundreds is when I start paying attention. Sometimes these numbers can be real, so just keep that in mind as well. What I want to start is probably around here. As you can see, this giant rare vintage Lion King Simba plush allegedly sold for $899. I've seen a couple of Sonic I have never seen before, of course. Also Five Nights at Freddy's or something. So it kind of gives you an idea, okay, this is what I need to look for. When you're looking at Sonic, if you see this Sane label, and let's even open it just so you guys can see what the tags could possibly look like. This is what I tend to do. So this one unfortunately did not have the tag, but if you look at it, it's a very recognizable face. There's tons and tons of Sonic plush, but this is like a different type of blue. So it's just something to keep in your head, memorize it when you see it out in the wild. Now, it's not 100% sure you're gonna remember a lot of this stuff. This is just something to give you an idea. Oh, I remember seeing that online and it can sell for a lot. So once you have it in your hands, you can look it up, you can see. It just helps you sort out the junk and into the stuff that you actually want to buy. Now, another thing that you might note here is, of course, Sonic, but there's also a lot of Build-A-Bear stuff that can sell for a lot of money. So let's skip to like page 5. Once you skip to forward, it's more realistic. You start seeing bids, you start seeing more commonly sold items. Like this right here, Build-A-Bear, Choco Cat, Hello Kitty. So Hello Kitty is definitely something to be on the lookout for Build-A-Bear stuff. However, this cat is even better than Hello Kitty. When you start seeing a lot of the same things sell, that's when I do a new search. Before I get into more of that, I do want to scroll through some more of this plush. Of course, Sonic is another thing you've commonly seen in this so far. There's also big animals, like that Simba plush that you saw first. These dogs, a lot of people like dogs. That's another thing when I'm looking for plush, I tend to look for dogs. And this South Park thing, this thing caught my attention as well because I do love South Park stuff. And this Kenny plush would be very cool to find. This plank I've seen before as well. I think it sold for $350 actually, not the $400 that's listed there. But yeah, lots in Sonic. So Sonic is another thing you want to be on the lookout for. Hello Kitty, that is not Build-A-Bear, is also can be very good. This one right here is a pretty big one. This right here, big comfy couch, $400. That's very, very good. And that one's very easy to spot because of the red nose. Like I said, it gives you an idea of what to look for. If you memorize a Choco Cat from Build-A-Bear, if you ever see it on the wild, it can be worth some money as well, even if it is not Build-A-Bear stuff.
I gotta have more. I gotta have more.
As I mentioned, sometimes when you're looking through these, I'm starting to see a trend. You open a new search and look and dig a little bit deeper. Now, you guys might remember I made a big Build-A-Bear buy at an estate sale, and you were probably asking yourself, Grimzy, how did you know that Halloween pumpkin one was good? How did you know the Hello Kitty one was good? How did you know the My Little Pony one was good? It's because I put in the work. And here's some of the stuff I was looking at when I was looking at Build-A-Bear. Unfortunately, this Choco Cat was not at that estate sale. Red Hello Kitty is very, very good. Choco Kitty is probably one of the best ones to find. It doesn't seem like it's very rare to find. It's because there's so many listings. Now this one right here, I would love to find as well. This Ghost Halloween Build-A-Bear. Looks very cool. It's very easy to spot as well. It has a very easy recognizable design to it. This is another Hello Kitty one, this tie-dye plush. This one right here is another very good one. This Hawaiian sun-kissed Hello Kitty. Always on the lookout for those. Now here's where I wanted to get a little bit different stuff. So Pokemon does do very well for Build-A-Bear, but this Vaporeon is probably one of the best ones. If you ever see Pokemon plush, especially Eevees, I would definitely take a look. And if it's cheap enough, I would definitely buy it. This is probably the rarest My Little Pony right here. Is the Derpy Muffins. Let me open it. You can see here the little bubbles on the side. So I was definitely looking for this one when I found the My Little Pony stuff, especially because a lot of it was new with tags. Unfortunately, it wasn't there. This is a pumpkin bear. It's not the exact same one I bought. Because of seeing stuff like this is why I picked that one up. So sometimes you just have to put in the work just to see, you know, what is selling online for a profit. If it wasn't evident enough, I picked up so many plush there that was very, very good because I studied Build-A-Bear stuff. Now, a lot of the stuff I'm showing you is over $100. There is a lot of Build-A-Bear plush that is less than $100, but it's still definitely worth it. Like it's $50, $60, $70, and you buy it for $1, definitely pick it up. I mean, this is just the higher end stuff. How to Train Your Dragon. I've never seen this dragon before, but this is another one to keep your eye out for. This is the plush I actually found, but I don't know, maybe it's a little bit different than mine. Hello Kitty, of course. But yeah, it starts getting very, very repetitive. The last plush I want to look up is Angry Birds. A lot of things when I'm looking for Angry Birds is obviously the birds. They're pretty big, a lot of them. I see this one sold for $300. All right, so this Angry Birds toucan allegedly sold for $640, and I actually believe it because it has bids on it. $640 for a plush that's 12 inches and it doesn't have sound is pretty crazy. A leprechaun pig, that's pretty funny. Yeah, so a lot of Angry Birds do sell as well. I tend to see this one a lot unsold, so this one might be fairly common. This eagle. I have seen the pig a lot, but I haven't found these pigs, unfortunately. Yeah, see the eagle. If you start seeing the same one over and over, it tends to seem like that one's a little more common. You might have a better chance of finding that one, so definitely one to keep on your Rolodex when you're out there looking for this stuff. But definitely plush is something easy to sell, especially because it's not going to break. However, they can be dirty, so when you're dealing with that kind of stuff, you definitely want to make sure if it's dirty, if it's worth picking up and putting in the work to clean it. Something to consider for sure. But hopefully the plush did give you guys an idea. Oh, okay, this is what you go into. You just search plush, and then you start seeing similar things, and then you look into it deeper. That's how you start learning more about some stuff. At least that's how I do. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Another thing I tend to see a lot is DVDs. So I wanted to look some of this stuff up, but I didn't want to look up just DVDs in general. So if you see my title here, this is DVD Complete Series. So I tend to see those as well, and that's something I usually tend to look at more because they're bigger. They're not the standard DVD, so a little easier to spot. And you know, let's start looking at this. Like this Invader Zim, actually do own this Invader Zim Complete Series, the house. Crazy money, $400. Are You Afraid of the Dark Complete DVD Series. So these ones are individual, $924. Crazy. Simpsons DVDs are very simple to find. I usually see them a lot. If you spot them every now and then, if you can buy it $1 or $2 a piece, if you accumulate 20, I mean, you might not get $600, but you'll get a pretty good amount for sure. This Connections is pretty good right here. Connections 1, 2, and 3 DVD. I've never seen it, but it's definitely on the Rolodex now if I ever see it out in the wild. Anime is another thing you want to be on the lookout for, like Overlord season. That's another one that's anime. The Virginian, $339. That's pretty crazy. Monsters is another one I tend to see a lot on here. Monsters, the Complete Series, $300 is pretty good. Once I start seeing the same thing over and over, I kind of just jump. I do want to mention this Red vs. Blue X, 10 years of Red vs. Blue, $251 pre-owned. That's very, very good. And as you see, all these are used. Usually I'm looking for used because it's very hard to find stuff new. So I narrow my search to used because I'm probably, if I do stumble upon this stuff, it'll probably be used, and I definitely want to know what it sells for when it's used. If you find any of these new, of course it's bigger money. There's another Simpsons, $199.99, free ship, 15 DVDs. In Living Color, I've seen this one before and I actually sold it before. Season 4, I think, is the best one out of all of them. If you find all of them, it doesn't hurt to sell them all as a lot. You can get a little bit more money. But In Living Color is a pretty common one I've seen on here. Zorro, the complete series, okay, $190, that's pretty good. More Simpsons, anime. There's one here that I want to get to that I've seen before as well. Hopefully I can get to it. There's another In Living Color. You start seeing a trend, the Virginia Man that we saw prior. You start seeing a common trend. Okay, these ones, you should be able to find them if you see them consistently like this. X-Files is another one to keep your eye out for. Usually a lot of people like X-Files. Baki is a pretty good anime to look for. It is out of print, so that's another thing you could put in your title if you do find it. Out of print, OOP. Can't help it sell. The Norm Show complete series, $166. So this DVD right here looks like it's a standard DVD. I would probably overlook that, and probably a lot of other people would overlook it because it has a standard cover. But see, I mean, $166 is no joke for a DVD. That's very, very good. Chalk Zone, that's pretty cool. I remember that show. $160 pre-owned. Monsters again. More Simpsons. Gunsmoke I've found in the past, but this is a complete series. The 65th anniversary, $150. Pretty good. Some pretty good stuff here. And once again, if you guys don't believe the prices that you see here, you can always go to Terapeak just to double check what it really sold for. But a lot of these are pretty accurate. From what I'm seeing, especially if you're seeing the same item sell multiple times for the similar amount. Army Wives I found before as well. Army Wives complete series, seasons 1 through 7. Very, very good. These ones right here are single, but I found it twice, so I know I'm going to find it probably again. So definitely keep your eye out for that. However, season 6 has 2 DVD sets, so just remember that. There we go. So this is the one I wanted to show you guys, Cold Case DVD series. This one's actually owned before and sold before. Found it at a Savers for, I think, $3. And sold it for, not this much, I sold it for $120 I think at the time. This was last year, so it's gone up in price. That's pretty good. There's actually one that's seasons 1 through 7 that sold for a little bit more. As you guys are seeing, when you're diving into your searches for studying on what to buy, you start going into little niches. Like anime would be another thing you can get from here. You know, it's just searching anime DVDs high to low, or searching, you know, TV series high to low, or cartoons high to low. It just goes on from there. Just to give you guys an idea of what sells online for a profit. Why I do it is when I'm out there to find these bolos like this. Since I've been doing this, I've noticed that my sales have increased a little bit more and my picking has definitely improved. So if you guys want me to keep making videos like this, definitely let me know in the comments below. This right here, a lot of people tend to not like doing because it is very time consuming. It is. However, if you don't put in the work, your sales are going to reflect that. Unless you're very, very lucky. There's people that do freestyle. I know what to buy and they actually do buy the right stuff and good for them. Or they just do one niche because that's what they know. However, when you're doing just one niche or just doing freestyle, you could leave other stuff on the table if you're not looking this stuff up. I have researched other niches as well. If you want to keep seeing some of the stuff I've been studying, and maybe let me know in the comments if I missed something that I didn't cover in this video, definitely let me know. Or any other items that you want to see me cover in these type of videos, also let me know in the comments below. Like always, remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos. Follow my Instagram and TikTok at GrimzyRaider. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see what I find next. Thanks, guys.